Now to this, Britain's Prime Minister has condemned what he calls a deeply shocking anti-Semitic arson attack. Yesterday, 4 ambulances belonging to a Jewish community organization in North London were set on fire. No injuries were reported. The incident, though, is being treated by London's Metropolitan Police as an anti-Semitic hate crime. For more on this, we're joined by CBS News reporter Inaya, Folarin, Iman in London. So, Inaya, what do we know about this incident and who's behind it?
Well, I'm in Golders Green, home to one of the UK's largest Jewish communities. In the early hours of Monday morning, several ambulances were firebombed in what is regarded as an anti-Semitic hate crime. It was firebombed and also belonged to Hapzullah, which is a local voluntary Jewish community group which provides emergency services to Jewish people and non-Jewish people alike. You can just see right behind me what remains of some of those vehicles that have been firebombed, and right above you can see some of the flats who had their windows blown out. It is deeply shocking and scary for the community. Counter-terrorism have been involved, but they're not yet treating it as a terror incident. There have been some reports that this particular attack may be linked to an Iran-backed group, but currently the police and the security services are not verifying that particular attack. And this comes as a rising tide of anti-Semitism has been a wave across Europe. Actually, many recent things like this have happened in other European countries. For example, in the Netherlands and Belgium, we saw very similar firebombs on synagogues. And just last week, security services in the UK arrested 2 Iranian nationals for spying on Jewish-linked sites, and they were charged just last week. In fact, in the UK, in October in 2025, for the first time in UK history, Jewish people were killed on the basis of being Jewish, which left 2 people dead and several other people injured.
So, Inaya, this is a disturbing trend that we've seen, not just obviously here in the United States, but as you point out, across Europe, we've seen those rising incidences of anti-Semitism. So what have you been hearing from members of the community? What are they doing to protect themselves, to protect their families, to protect their children?
Yeah, I've been speaking to many members of the local Jewish community. One of the things that has been quite striking is they've said that they're shocked but not surprised that many people even expected something like this to happen. Here's one gentleman that I spoke to.
Not shocked in that sense. Unfortunately, the Jewish community is targeted, and I suppose one can expect something like this, not exactly like this, to happen. I was just a bit surprised that they picked on something like ambulances when next door they got a synagogue.
Do you feel safe in Europe?
Less safe than I did.
And this is just some of the sentiment that has been echoed by many people I spoke to. I heard many members of the Jewish community say that they would rather live in Israel, despite that Israel is at war, because at least in Israel you are not targeted within the boundaries of Israel amongst fellow Israeli and Jewish people for being Jewish alone. And this is just a very worrying time for many members of the community. But some people I've spoken to are hoping at least that maybe this attack could be a turning point for people to take the issue much more seriously.
And Inaya, on a happier note, this is your first time on the show with us. We're so happy.
We're so happy to have you. Welcome
Yes.
to CBS.
So
Thank
excited.
you so much.
Been a big fan of your work for a long time. I'm so happy you've joined the family.